Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep. And when last we left off, we're currently exploring the fairy realm, meeting all of the happy and whimsical people that live here, and collecting lots of items for them. And we're all having a wonderful time doing so. Isn't that right, Karzac? Okay, Karzac isn't enjoying being here right now, but I'm sure Karzac will warm up to this place eventually. We need to do some exploring because there are quite a lot of things that we still need to get. We also need to have this item and this item at the very top of our inventory because we're going to be using them in the fairy realm. We're probably going to be using the fairy cake very soon. We're just going to head south here, and you'd think that there's nothing here, but this tiny pixel and the fact that you can grab something tells you that there is something here. There's quite a lot here, in fact, including this iron nail. You'd think that these things haven't been useful so far, but the fact that I'm putting them at the top of my inventory tells you that I've just remembered what they may be used for. I think they're used in here, and quite effectively too. There's quite a lot of things to grab here, and you may notice that there is a hat here, hidden amongst all of those flowers. This hat is quite important as the pair of pantaloons that we received a little while ago. We'll be using that as armor at some point in the fairy realm, and it may look ridiculous, but it's going to save our lives. We also want to go this way. Heading this way will bring us to where one fairy resides, and we definitely want to talk to this fairy. Hello, how are you?
I'm Snort, and welcome to my brewery. If you've got the time and the bus and the bottle, get a snort here. Well, don't just stand there.
We have been given a selection of items that we need to grab and bring here. We need to bring time. We also need to bring moss and a bottle. And then we will get some of Snort's brew. We're probably going to need that to give to somebody else, but we don't know who wants that brew right now. Is there anywhere else that we can go? There probably is. For instance, there's this way that we could go. There are a lot of flowers here, and we're going to be using at least one of every kind of flower that we've collected at some point. Not for anything significant or important, but we will be using them. Anyone over here? There are a lot of fairies all over the place, and I can see one right there. Although from the angle that we're looking, the fairy is currently completely immobile. Let's go over and say hello, shall we? I'm sure we have the item that we need for this fairy. I actually think we do have the item that this fairy wants. Hello!
Don't think I'm going to like it here.
Oh, you must be kidding. I heard the chosen one had shown up. That can't be you.
That remains to be seen, I guess.
You know, I almost like this one.
Well, I think the old songs are bunk anyway, but, no skin off my nose if you try. Tell you what, you bring me a fairy cake and I'll give you what you need to see the queen.
That's very generous of you.
Not my idea.
I'm Drake, by the way. May I have your name?
Surely, one joke and you'll see I got the name, okay?
Yes, ma'am?
Well, don't you stand there. You want to get on with this or not? Hand it over.
The fact that Surly here turned into the more orb-like fairy form, and then back into her more human-like fairy form, is the fact that the game doesn't presume that you have the fairy cake at this point. And if you don't, I imagine Surly will just fly off. But since we do, immediately we can hand this over. Elizabeth Daly, who also voiced Sweetie in the fairy realm, voiced Surly. Let's hand over this fairy cake and get the item we need.
Now, what an idiot. How do you expect to get anywhere just standing around like that? When you're ready to give me a cake, come back.
Alright then, we'll have to come back because we were a little too slow in handing over that cake. Let's just mark down that we need to bring a cake here. I'm sure that Surly will come back eventually. For now, let's just do a little bit more exploring. We do want the item that Surly is offering us, because we do want to go and see the Queen of the Fairies. We could go this way a little bit and grab this item here. And there are many more items that we can grab. We're just slowly being fed breadcrumbs of items. The game's taught us that we need to pick up every item that we see, and this area has absolutely loads of items. Have you returned already? The answer is no. We may have to leave the fairy realm and come back for Surly to reappear. But for now, we're just going to keep exploring and see what else there is to see. Down here, for instance, and over here. Any fairies here? We haven't found the fairy players. We have found one fairy, though. Let's say hello.
Hi, I'm Winkle. You'll like it here, even though it's not as nice as before.
He who casts shadows.
Sunk Lady Iane's beautiful realm below the earth. If I could only find
The last tome of the elves.
maybe I could, make a difference. I'd be ever so grateful if you found it.
No problem. We'll try and seek that. Hello! And now he is gone. We're going to have to note down that we need to find the Tome of the Elves. I get the feeling that might be in the area with the trolls. I'm not sure though. It has been a while since I've been here. Let's keep exploring for now. We can't do anything over here. The only thing we can do is head this way or go down one of these many side passages that we ignored before. We're also going to quickly check and see if Surly has returned. We really need that item. And I think I'm I'm going too far to check. Surly, are you here? I hope you are. The answer is yes, you are. Excellent.
Well, don't you stand there. You want to get on with this or not? Hand it over.
I don't know how long you have to wait, but I'm glad it's not that long. Here, have a fairy cake.
Don't just take the cake. Ha! Ha ha! Hey, have I given you what you need yet?
No, actually.
Then you might consider laughing at my jokes, huh? I don't have real high hopes for you, pal.
Let's grab what we need. This key. Thank you very much.
This will help you see the queen.
And now, Surly is gone. I'm sure you'll be fighting eventually. We are going to be facing some trolls after all at the end of this. We're going to be exploring everywhere first. We can get rid of this note here. We don't need it anymore. And I believe by just deleting it, it is now gone. Excellent. We want to head this way, further in to the central part of the fairy realm, where we'll find lots of flowers and lots of fairies to talk to. And I'm sure we're all... Oh, hello! Here's a fairy. Let's go and say hello.
Oh, I heard you released my friend the dragon. Sweets for the sweet.
Oh, we're getting an item. Excellent. Thank you very much. I didn't know you and the dragon were friends. Do we just go now? There's nothing else that you're going to give us. All right, goodbye. You went that way, through the wall. We can't go through the wall. Maybe there's a tiny gap that you went through, but either way, we now have a different kind of sweet. Let's have a look at this one. This one is described as some fairy cake. We also have a large silver key, a jester's cap, rough green pants, and there's that fiddle that we found before. We're going to add this to our key ring. At least I hope it will be added to our key ring. There we go. There are lots of flowers over here. We want to grab all of these. More importantly, we want to grab this daisy chain that we need to hand back over to one of the fairies. Let's just grab all of this. Absolutely everything. Excellent. We're one step closer to solving all of the puzzles here in the fairy realm. There are quite a few more puzzles left to solve. do we have any time? And I'm looking at the wrong part of the map to do that. Let's see. We have something that we could put some brew into, and we also have some time. All we need is some moss. I'll make a note of that. We're going to go this way and find this area here. Do we want to go here? Not right now. And we can't go here even if we wanted to. That area looks very dangerous. So we're going to ignore it, grab this flower, and carry on our whimsical adventure in the fairy realm. We're going to go this way and see who we'll encounter, if anyone. Doesn't seem like anyone so far, but hey, more flowers. Always a good thing to find. Let's keep exploring. And we were spun around there. That happens every single time that you go there, including the little part where the screen judders up. We're going to have to go another route if we're going to head this way or that way. Suffice to say, that's going to turn us around every single time. And nothing here or here, just thought I'd check. Hello?
Hi, I'm Giggle, but you guys knew that. Okay, hey, did something happen here? Well, funny things go on since the Shadow King did his thing. Whoa, hey, I rhymed. Now, I love a good poem as much as the next fairy, but you know what? I lost my poem book. Oh, sadness. Hey, big idea, I know. How about you find it for me, and I'll give you something you need to see the Queen. And you need to see the Queen, know that.
Alright.
See ya.
Goodbye! We need to find that poem book. So we're going to put here the Giggle Lost Poem Book. And it seems like Giggle has taken all of the other items that everyone else is missing, but we need to find an item that Giggle's lost. And here's a flower. There are a lot of places left to explore. For instance, over here. I can in fact hear a fairy somewhere. Down here. Hello! We'll be going to talk to you in a little bit. Is there anything over here? The answer is no. But what about over here? There is one fairy, and I think I know which fairy this is. Hello!
Hello, I'm Chuckle. You know, being the head of the fairy players is thirsty work. How about I bribe you to find me some refreshment? Bring me some of Snort's brew, and I'll give you something to help against trolls.
Ah, we found the person that wants the brew. That is a good thing to find. Alright, brew here. So what we need to do is we need to find some moss and then hand over all the items to Snort, get the brew, come back over here, and then get an item to help us battle trolls, because we really want to battle trolls at some point. Not right now, though. We're still exploring around, finding flowers, and generally not getting fought at all. I quite like the fact that we're not in any danger right now. It makes a refreshing change. And look, we found a healing root. We only have 7 of that type of healing root. They're still not very good healing roots, but hey, free healing root. I'm not going to say no to that. We'll go this way and find even more flowers. Your inventory will be littered with flowers. But hey, they are useful to grab. At least, kind of useful to grab. One of them is we need one of them to make the brew. Follow the flowers, pick all the flowers. Every single item must be grabbed, and there's a way we can go that way. The fairy realm has lots of paths that diverge, and we're going to be going down all of them. Eventually. There's also this way we can go. But which way would we rather go? That way or that way? We'll go this way for now. What's the worst that could happen? Oh look, we can now go this way instead. And grab this here. Anything up here? Hello?
Oh, I'm Murph. People call me Murph. But you knew that.
What do you want?
Can we help you?
I am offering a one-time deal. I will train you. how to fight better. Go ahead. Try to hit me.
Now he's talking.
I won't stay long. Practice while you can. I don't have to do this again.
Alright, we can just attack Murph. Let's attack Murph some. Aha! Have at thee! You are hard to hit. You keep darting
I
around.
may talk slow, but I move
Get on with it.
fast.
Have at thee! And we're not doing very well at hitting Murph at all, but we have got a few hits in. Karzac is not actually attacking right now, which is surprising.
Yippee. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm done. See ya.
Bye, Murph! Have fun. We gained 1 point of Brawl and our final point of Sword. We're now at maximum level Sword. We're not going to be getting better with Sword. Let's see what our chance to hit is now. The answer, it's still at 88%, but hey, we have as much skill in that weapon as we'll ever get, and you may think that I'll switch weapons at some point, and I may do so, just not at the moment. Anything down here? Nothing? Something? Aha! A giant toadstool. And nothing there hidden amongst the toadstool or the area around it. And another one, and more items hidden behind it, including this here. What is this? Let's have a look, shall we? This is a piece of parchment. I'm sure it will come in handy at some point. Let's just keep going around here and over here to a place that we have never been before. Over here. We could also go down there and there. We haven't found the fairy players yet. We definitely want to find the fairy players at least once, because we want to hear them sing. We want to hear them sing quite a bit, actually. They have a lot of songs that they can switch between. There is another flower. Any more flowers over here? There may be. Just, oh, this is one massive circle, so we're not really going to find anything if we go this way, except a place we've already been before. Let's just go this way instead, and we will turn to the east here, to an area we've never been before. An area that will be full of things. And past this giant toadstool. Aha! We have found a book, and we have found a mushroom that we have not found before. Let's check what this book is. It looks rather important. Map and then back. This is a book. It's either the poems or it is the book that the other fairy was looking for. The history book. We'll find out at some point. We can go this way to head back up. It might be a good idea to do so. Let's go there and just fill in a tiny bit more of the map by going this way. There we go. And there is the main corridor. We have managed to go in a very large circle, but we haven't yet gone this way. Let's go this way and see what is down here, apart from even more flowers. Now, that looks like an item that we haven't seen before. Let's just have a look at this, shall we? By looking here. There we go, map and this. This is a daisy chain. And that is also a daisy chain. Why do we have two of them? I'm sure we'll find a use for the second one, but I'm sure we'll find a use for all of these flowers. We're probably not going to find a use for all of the flowers, just a few of them. There's more flowers over here. Well, specifically there is one flower over here. I think this is going to lead to that area where I really wanted to go before, but everything spun around. There's also...
Why is brownie moss if it's green? Because it was named after brownies.
Are brownies brown?
Well, actually,
Why not name brownies greenies? They're moss green.
that's not... something for you to think about, I guess.
I have the perfect answer for his questions, Drake. That okay. Skuz have all answer you need, thank you.
Skuz knows what kind of answer that Karzac was offering, but I believe we have found some moss, and we're going to have to return that moss over to get some of Snort's brew. And when we come back, folks, we will go and find Snort, and we will also fill in this tiny bit of the map. We may go this way at some point, and we'll probably go this way. We do have to explore quite a bit more. We need to find various items after all, for we need to find a daisy chain, we need to find a drum, we need to get all those items assembled. We also need to find the Tome of the Elves, which we may already have. We also need to find some poems. And we also need to pass the brew over to the leader of the fairy players. Lots of things to hand over, all for rewards that so far seem kind of inconsequential. But they won't be, because you may think that the pieces of equipment we're getting here are useless. They really aren't. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.